Hello and welcome to Enchanted Babes, the show with D&D Under the Sea. I am NerdKicks, your DM, and I'm joined as always by my players Ashta, Alex, and Sun. And it is December. Happy December, everybody!
Hey.
Heyo.
Get that nice summer tan going in Australia, right? It's summer right now, right?
It is summer, technically, although I live in Melbourne, so the weather does what it does. It's very
Oh,
unpredictable.
fair enough. So to jump right into it, our heroes are kind of pursuing a couple different leads right now. The primary focus being solving the mystery of the disease that is plaguing the Princess of Genbor, as well as some mysterious dreams that Leo has been having about fire and the ocean heating up, as well as potentially trying to clear the names of some allies who may be in prison or wanted criminals. And so our journey brings us to recently has brought us to Leviathan's last stand, our fearless Merbolg Leo's hometown, which is settled into a giant rib cage of some sort of creature. And having spent a day there hanging out with Leo's uncles, Ray and Alessio, at their adorable inn, the Drunken Trout, and gathering information from a tradeswoman who ventures into the forest, the Xenthal Forest, for goods and like exotic plants and etc., as well as a very, very old half orca named Thren, with a crab butler named Calvin, which so Elomi retrieved a book called Leviathans of the Deep ? And got some information about the blue lesions on creatures, and then headed into the Xenthal Forest. You had traveled in for about half a day and settled in to camp for the night when Thauma on first watch unfortunately fell asleep and was awakened by shrieks, blood-curdling scream of "Kill it! Kill it!" And that is where I'm not going to scream because I don't want to blow out the microphone. But that is where we left off. It is the middle of the night, and Thauma is awake, and Leo and Elomi have just been awakened by these screams.
Was that?
Good
morning.
Oh, shit. I fell asleep. Can I tell where it's coming from? Like what direction?
It is coming in from like the west, like further into the forest.
Are they talking about us or something else?
I assume it's not us.
Should we go help?
Because we might. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Because if it's something bad, it could probably come for us.
Alright,
But I'm not leading the way.
Okay, I'm rolling out of bed, grabbing my staff of striking, and heading in the direction of the shouts.
Okay, you hear more screams and like sounds of steel hitting something hard. Doesn't sound like steel on steel, but you hear lots of commotion, and you kind of head through the forest here, where it was kind of kelp and whatnot towards the edges. It is becoming thick, stony, coral structures, and so you're having to work kelp. You can just kind of push through. You're having to shift around and actually let the forest kind of dictate which way you can go. And you kind of travel towards the sound, and you see in the distance, you do see commotion in a small clearing.
Okay, I don't have dark vision, so is it really dark?
It's pretty, yeah, it's nighttime.
Mm. Alright, I'm gonna try and swim closer. I don't know what the other two are doing.
Falling behind at a slower clip than
I'm
full pelt.
yeah, I'm hanging back. I do have dark vision. So like I'm still hanging back in shadow, but keeping an eye on what's going on. And I have my crossbow out and ready to shoot at anything that comes at Leo aggressively.
Okay. At this point, you hear a deep, loud kaboom sound, and the water, like a current, kind of pushes you back briefly, and the water gets. It's like a hot wave of water passes over you, and you do see a bright flash of light up ahead.
In that flash of light, can I make out more of what's going on?
Make a perception check.
It was a natural 20, but then it rolled over to a 2 for a total of 6.
Oh, jeez. You can see a large figure and 2 smaller figures. And that's about it. And they're all kind of engaged with each other.
I'm going to shout, "Oi, what's going on here?"
Okay. You hear like a almost a monster kind of screech, like, and then you hear, "Help! Who's there? Help!"
Okay. I'm gonna swim closer. And being closer, can I now make out who is the monster and who needs help?
Yeah, I would say, how close is everyone getting?
I would like to stay within 60 feet of Leo.
I would like to
Okay.
be
But still,
within
like, in
15 feet
shadow.
of the commotion.
Of what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Elomi?
I'd like to be a little bit behind Leo. I'm still a ranged user, so probably like 20 feet behind Leo.
Okay. Leo, make a perception check with disadvantage.
That's fair.
Because it's dark and you can't really see.
Neither of those were too bad, so total of 15.
15, much better. So yeah, you can kind of make out in the clearing, the very small clearing, there is a large creature that it almost looks like a crab with a person on top. And there are 2 people sort of flanking it, and it appears to be lashing out at both of them. And the cries for help are coming from one of the smaller people flanking it. And also, you see around its feet, and this is kind of how you're able to make out any of this, there are some like glowing, almost embers, kind of just on the ground, like drifting down towards the ground at this thing's feet. And you can see, that's what you see.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to... So the person who's shouting, help, help, I'm going to run in and interpose myself between them and this giant crab-like creature. And I'm going to hold up my staff and I'm going to say, "Back off! I'm sure we can settle this amicably."
Okay. At this point, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah,
So you said you wanted to be
19.
between. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll put this one
Is
here.
the Jesus Christ a commentary on my initiative?
On Tauma's initiative.
Oh,
24 is unreal.
they're just
All right then.
so fast.
Natural 19 plus I don't have a +5 to initiative.
Okay, we'll go with grab thing. It's a thing. And then, oh, that's the wrong button. Owlbear is very easy to use, except when you click the wrong button.
60 feet is a lot further than I thought it would be. Than I thought it was. Which direction did we come from?
That's a great question. You came from down here, like this pocket here.
Oh, okay.
So Thauma's probably like back here.
Yeah.
And I'd probably be like...
Okay, so more like 30 feet behind. 60 is a lot further than I...
I was going to say 60 feet is far, and I didn't want to tell you how to play your character, but...
Yeah. I'm bad at spatial awareness.
Me too. In and out of game, I'm really bad at spatial awareness. Okay, well... how many thousands of hit points do we have here? Okay. Okay, so Leo has sort of interjected themselves. Elomi, see, you're up there. You're not below. Because you did come from down here. So I just want to make sure your intention was to start up there. Elomi?
Sorry, I wanted to mute so I could blow my nose.
Oh.
That's what I'm debating, because I thought that Leo would have been like... let me change the color of this. I thought that Leo would have been around this area. So it'd be like Leo, me, Thauma. Like a little conga line. But I think I'd probably stick closer to Leo.
Okay. So you are currently not in a square. There you go. Perfect. So we're actually going to start, however, with Leo, because Leo kind of burst into this clearing. So before anyone's aware, what are you doing?
With the Staff of Striking up, I'm just going to puff out my chest and I'm going to try and intimidate this thing into backing down.
Okay.
With all of my +1 intimidation.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
That's a total of 6.
Okay. What are you doing to intimidate?
I am... Because the Staff of Striking is a magical weapon, can I just sort of like... Doesn't have it in the description, but can I just sort of like make it glow? Sort of like... threateningly?
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
With a total of 6, it's not very threatening, but...
So yeah, you kind of like wave your Staff of Striking at it, and it has reared back to attack with its... As you're closer now, you see it is a crab with a person attached to it. It is essentially a crab centaur. With
crabtar.
Okay. It's like black and purple crab body, and then like a silvery purple kind of torso and like crazy white hair. It looks angry, and it is in the process of rearing back to take another strike at the female NPC right here, as Leo kind of dives in between and shakes this glowing staff at it. It does end up like, it kind of pauses, like it doesn't quite know what to make of this. So then that's going to bring us to the top of the round. Thauma, what are you doing? It rolled a 1, by the way, against your intimidation.
Here, I was just thinking, yeah, Leo's not scary, that tracks.
Like, that wasn't very scary, but apparently it's very startled by your presence.
Okay. Since it is not attacking, I would like to hold my action,
Okay.
or at least hold my attack until the Krabtar attacks, and I would just like to continue hiding.
Okay. So if it attacks anyone, you're planning to attack it?
Yes,
Okay, and what are you attacking it with?
my crossbow.
Your crossbow. Beautiful. Fantastic. And you're hiding. Go ahead and roll your. Are
Yes,
you doing your concentration or your bonus action hide?
bonus action hide.
Great.
22.
22. Beautiful. Okay. Elomi, what are you doing? The female NPC is still kind of shrieking, kill it, kill it.
Okay, well, that's not helpful for her to do right now, but I can't dictate how she's going to act. So I'm going to take out my crossbow, because that seems like the most judicious course of action.
Juicy course of action.
Yes. And I'm going to aim for the person half on top.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Plus 5 is 14. Not 14, 24.
24? Yeah, that'll hit.
I can do math, I promise. 1d8 plus 2. Ooh, got an 8. Okay, so 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 damage, and I'm also going to give Bardic Inspiration to Leo.
Cool.
Okay.
We get D8 for Bardic Inspiration?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Perfect. And that's going to bring us to Leo, because everybody else rolled really crappy. Leo, at the top of your turn, please roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's an 8.
An 8 is a fail. So you're in, right up in front of it, and it has just been struck by a crossbow by Elomi, and you see as it's like blood kind of spurts out from the side of it, you see it grab its side, and that's when you see blue lesions all over its arms and up its neck. And as it gets struck, these like a little kind of glittering blue drifts towards you, and you feel yourself start to get nauseous, and you are poisoned until the start of your next turn. So you have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
Poisoned. Got it. Oof. Alright.
So, and now your turn is your own.
Okay. But I don't have disadvantage on attacks because it's the start of my turn, is that right?
You do have disadvantage on your attack.
Okay.
So for this turn and the rest of this round, you're poisoned.
Okay. Got it. I was just seeing if my Hand of Healing could do anything against status effects. It cannot. Alright. Seeing like all of the blue lesions and being like woozy with this stuff, I think Leo is probably going to panic a little bit. I'm going to try and hit the thing twice with the Staff of Striking.
Okay.
With multi-attack. The first is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Doing just 9 points of damage on the first attack. Second attack is a 10 to hit, which I'm pretty sure won't hit.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. It's gonna just bounce off of the like hard crab exterior.
Yeah. And then I'm going to get really frustrated and let the staff sort of float in the air. And I'm going to do Flurry of Blows. First attack is 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
That roll's not so good, so I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration. Actually, disadvantage. Yeah, that's only a 9. I don't think the Bardic Inspiration is going to help, but I'll try. Oh, 9 plus 7. That's actually really good. That's 16 to hit.
Unfortunately, it's still not going to hit.
Alright. Damn you, poison. Alright. That's me done.
All right. So that's going to bring us to the crab thing, who had its sights kind of set on the small male NPC that's right below it, down here. But now it is going to notice it's taking some pain from our Merbolg friend. So it's going to take its one of its like crab legs and just kind of like, what is the word? Like lash out and try to kind of impale you on it. That's a real good roll of, what is that? 8.
That's definitely gonna miss.
Oh,
So it's gonna go ahead and kind of go right past you, and then it's gonna go ahead and try again, kind of like 2 jabs right in a row. That, however, is a 24 to hit.
That does hit.
For whoops. Hold on, I gotta roll some dice. 8 damage. It's 3 piercing and 5 poison damage. That doesn't cause any extra poison, but that's just the types of damage.
That's fine. I'm not resistant to either of those, so.
Okay. At which point it is going to. Sorry, what?
I was gonna use my held.
Oh yes, go for it. Yep,
But-
you've got that.
Yeah. 20.
20 to hit. That will hit.
Just getting my damage dice out. A 16 damage.
Boy.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack. Gotta love sneak attack. 16. So 28 plus 16 is 34, 44. So it takes 2 strikes at Leo, and then it actually pulls a bow off of its back, and it is starting to aim for Elomi when it suddenly gets shot from off in the distance, and because you have now exposed yourself by attacking, it is going to aim for Thauma with a long bow. That is a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 10 damage. And that is going to end its turn. Yep. So the NPCs are going to go ahead and go. So the small kind of dwarf mer that's down here he looks pretty rough, by the way. He's got like a club and he swings it at it, and it just bounces off the crab exterior. Our female deep mer over here fires a bow and also misses. They did not have a good turn, and so what is happening? She's gonna kind of whoops, that's the wrong tool. Swing around here. She's trying to head for her buddy, and that's gonna bring us back to the top with Thauma.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at it again. 18.
That is a miss.
Okay, then bonus action hide.
Beautiful. Go ahead and roll.
That is 19 plus 11 is
30.
30. 30.
Jesus Christ, Thauma. Oh my god.
I'm
It
gonna
has-
nope into the shadows.
It has really good perception, but that's even that. Yeah.
I think Leo at this point just assumes that Thauma can turn invisible because.
Makes sense
Yeah,
to me.
Yep. Into the shadows.
So that's gonna bring us to Elomi.
All right. What's the range of my crossbow again?
Long enough.
Long enough.
It's like 60 or something.
Yeah.
It's not less than 60.
I'm going to back up a little bit and then shoot again at the body.
Okay, I'd like the torso.
Yeah, the torso.
Okay.
Okay. Please don't be ugly, please. That's an I can do math. 17.
It's gonna miss.
Damn it. Can I want to give one more bardic inspiration to Leo, and then I'm going to hold on to the last one to use cutting words later.
Okay.
And I don't think there's anything else I can do, but I'm going to look at my spells again.
Okay. Well, if you've used your action and your bonus action, that would be the end of your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the end of this turn.
Okay, perfect. Leo, at the top of your turn, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Please be good, please be
You
good.
you feel
Natural 20 for 22.
Yay!
wonderful. So you feel like, you know, it's been like 6 seconds, and so you're like, okay, maybe it's passed, but then you feel another wave kind of like, but then you just kind of shake it off, and you're like, oh, okay. You are now immune for the next hour
Okay.
from that effect.
Okay.
And you have your turn.
Cool. I'm going to hit it twice with the Staff of Striking. First is going to miss with only a 17.
Bummer.
Second was even worse.
Ooh.
I'm going to spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows. Try and hit again.
Okay.
That one was alright. That is an 18, but I don't think that hits, so I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration on that. 18 plus 7, I'm pretty sure will hit.
Yes, that will definitely hit.
To do 6 points of damage.
Okay.
On that, and I think I will spend an additional key point, burn through my key points, to Stunning Strike that. So can I get the creature to make a con save DC 15?
Absolutely. Ooh, it fails.
Okay, it is now stunned.
It is stunned.
So for my second Flurry of Blows, I get advantage because it's stunned.
Yay!
Both of those were balls, so that's just gonna miss. And because it's stunned, I think I'm gonna tuck and roll away 30 feet. Seeing that the Stunning Strike went through, I'm gonna go, what's that, 5, 10, 15, 20, I'm gonna roll away up to here, and that's my turn.
Beautiful. So it is stunned, which I believe means it can't do anything for the duration of its turn. Is that correct?
So... Let me just double check what stunned condition says. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saves, and the attack rolls against the creature have advantage. But yeah, it's incapacitated, which means that it can't take actions or reactions.
Beautiful. And it is until your next turn?
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. So having briefly kind of, incapacitated it, not kind of, legitimately, the two NPCs are going to go ahead and take attacks, and they're both going to hit my babies. We're dropping dice. Oh no, that was brand new dice. Okay, we'll find you later. For a total of 10 damage. So the male mer dwarf kind of swings back with his club and managed to kind of clock it in like the hip range, because it's pretty tall. And the female deep mer fires a bow at it and successfully hits. And next up is going to be Thauma, and I'm going to disappear for a second while I find this die, but I can hear you.
Okay.
You have advantage,
on
Thauma,
attack rolls.
which means you still get sneak attack.
Yeah.
I found it.
$21?
To hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I matched that right. 13 plus 8?
Mhm.
Okay. And not the best damage. 15.
15 damage. Okay. Beautiful. Are you doing anything else?
Yes, I will re-hide.
Go ahead and roll.
26.
26. I don't know.
Back into the shadows.
Elomi.
How is this thing looking, by the way?
It looks hurt. It looks pretty hurt. It's definitely like bleeding from several places, and you see the blue like kind of spore dust is is coming out in several places. It looks like it still has some fight left in it, though.
Does this qualify as an animal?
Elaborate.
So my idea is, I know that we're in a little bit of a situation here, and I do want to survive the encounter, but I'm thinking that I could use Speak with Animals to get some information about how it infected itself, get some information from the animal about the blue lesions.
At the moment, it can't really talk.
That is true.
I think we were told that they can't, like, they kind of lose sense of themselves.
Elomi, go ahead and make a nature check.
Sure.
And I don't particularly think it's going to be willing to talk to us at this point.
Yeah.
That would be a fair. That was a nat one.
Coral rabies.
Coral rabies. It was a nat one.
You have no idea what this thing is. You have no idea if it's an animal or not.
It's a coral. Anyways, I guess I'll go for the reliable crossbow.
You have advantage.
Awesome. It's 12. All right, so that doesn't hit. That was only 17.
Oh, that does not hit.
There's nothing else that I really can do unless seems like a bad idea. Thunderwave would definitely not be a good idea. So that is it for my turn.
Okay. That's gonna take us to Leo.
Cool.
At which point it is no longer stunned, correct?
No longer stunned. I'm going to move a little bit closer just so I'm within 20 feet.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do something that I don't think I've done the whole campaign, so I'm actually going to throw some darts at it.
Ooh.
So I'm going to fumble, pull out a dart, and sort of like throw it through the water at the creature. Oh my god, I'm rolling balls. That was an 8. So that definitely misses. And second dart was a 14, so that also misses. Because, like, I know, Ashta knows that I'm not going to get reinfected in the next hour, but I don't think Leo knows that. So Leo's going to be a little bit cautious and step back to their original position.
Okay. Beautiful. So the crab thing is going to move away, which is going to trigger an attack of opportunity from a little dwarf mer guy. Oh, and it's going to hit.
Go, Dwarf Merc.
Woohoo!
For 5 damage. And it is going to... Oh, it's no longer stunned. I can delete that. And it's going to move backwards towards... There's a large, like, coral... Actually, that's not what it's going to do. It is going to stick its bow back, strapped onto its back, and check its book really quick. Kind of wave its hands and speak some strange words. And let's see if I can do this correctly. That's not correctly. Just shh. Why isn't my tool working? Is there a shape on the screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see through it?
No.
No.
Cool. That's approximate. So a kind of just dark aura appears as it scuttles off into this area, and you cannot see through this darkness as it casts the spell darkness. And so that's going to bring us to the NPCs are going to kind of look panicked and then cluster together over here and kind of look to Leo and Elomi, just like, what do we do? Gotta kill it.
Why can we not just run away?
We have to kill it. It will infect everything. And that'll bring us to Thauma.
Well, we can't exactly see it to kill it, can we?
That's their response.
Helpful and enlightening.
Because I don't know about you, but I'm not going into a place that I can't see through. I mean, you're more than welcome to go in there and try to kill it. But they tend to explode.
Are you saying all of this to the people?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying this out loud to them from my hiding spot.
They look frantic. Make a persuasion check, I guess.
I mean, I'm not trying to actually persuade them to go in there. I persuaded them to not go into the go into the dark place.
Got it.
$23.
Okay. The dwarf mer looks like shaken up, and he's like, okay, what are we? And the female is like, we have to kill it, and they're not really super paying attention to you at this point. What are you doing with your turn?
Do we have bombs?
No. I
Damn
wish
it.
we had bombs. Bombs would be helpful.
Bombs would be helpful.
I don't want to get any closer to it. I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at. So I'm just gonna call out for Leo and Elomi to maybe like come away from the darkness in case it like scuttles forward and
Mm-hmm.
like ah, it's out. Oh, that's just my turn.
Okay. Elomi.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Is this a coral formation, or is this just a little, like, fun, like, splotch to make it not so monotone?
Some of each. That is a rocky formation that is specifically not coral. The green is going to be plant-based. The brown and gray is going to be rocks.
Got it.
I guess coral, technically coral is not a plant. Coral is an animal.
That is true. So I'm going to signal at Leo to come towards me so that we can hide behind the rock. Because that thing has a bow. I don't know if you noticed.
Leo probably did not notice. With those really low perception checks, probably not.
So the idea is just a little skedaddle over here. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that looks good. And that'll be it. I'm not one for firing off shots in the middle of nothing. So I'm gonna stay here. That's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Alright. It is a little bit of a distance to Elomi, so I don't know where this crab thing is. It could be right on the edge of the darkness about to hit me, so I'm going to spend a key point to do Step of the Wind, so that I can disengage for free and also get extra movement, and come behind, probably here. Ish.
Mm-hmm.
But I, however, am one to throw something in the darkness, so as I'm swimming away, I'm going to pull off one of my spears off my back, because apparently I have those, and I'm just going to lob it into the darkness. Is that at disadvantage? And I'm guessing their AC is probably higher because of it. That's definitely not going to hit. That's only a 13.
Okay.
Yeet one of my
The
spears.
spear disappears into the darkness.
I don't think that worked.
So yes, the spear disappears into the darkness, and then a moment later, you see you see the spear come hurtling back out of the darkness and just clatter like harmlessly. Like it was definitely trying to hit, but it hits the rock right around here. So your spear is now right around there. And that's gonna do it for that. At which point the deep myrrh is gonna dart forward, and she's gonna pull a small glowing stone out of her pocket. It's not actually glowing. It's like a rust colored stone. And then she's gonna strike it against another stone, and it's gonna start glowing extremely bright, and she chucks it into the darkness. Now it's very bright. The second it passes into the darkness, you cannot see it at all. Great. So funny you should mention bombs.
Oh.
You can't see anything happening in the darkness, but you hear the same just deep kaboom that you heard before.
One mystery solved.
And you kind of hear the creature kind of like make a reaction like it has been hit. But you cannot see it. And that is going to bring us back to Thauma.
Are the green circles things that I can pass through?
Not really.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my.
Like you could probably get like 5 feet in, but it's like dense
Okay.
coral, so it might hurt.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my movement and action to dash and get over with Elomi and
Okay.
Leo over behind these rocks, which is like an awkward 25, and then
Oh,
15,
actually, hold on,
which is
pause.
in.
Before you do that. Never mind. Okay, nothing happens. Go ahead.
Okay. And that's within my movement range. And we go like, "Hi guys." Sorry, I fell asleep.
Listen,
Happens
that
to
is
the
the
best of us.
least of my worries right now, I gotta be honest.
Okay. Are you doing anything else?
Can't do. I've got nothing else to do. I was movement and bonus act, movement and action, and I'm behind a rock.
Okay. That will bring us to Elomi.
Okay. Let me count these. 1, 2, 3. Well, that would be a very dumb move.
That's like Elomi's catchphrase.
That is their motto, their way of being, to be real. I'm
just gonna throw it out there. You can shoot into the darkness. You don't have to. Just letting you know that is a possibility, just like Elomi or Leo did.
all right. It is with disadvantage, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any AoE stuff?
The only AoE thing I have is Thunderwave, and I have to be within 15 feet. Otherwise, it's like Thundershock.
For what, Thunderwave, you said? Oh, because it's from yourself.
Yeah, it's a self-based cube that's 15 feet.
The shape, the darkness is poorly drawn because somebody here doesn't know what they're doing. It is a 15-foot diameter sphere. So if you were to stand at the edge of it, it would reach to the center of the sphere. A 15-foot AoE, just so you know.
That does still seem like a dumb idea, but you know what? I wouldn't be playing Elomi if I didn't do dumb ideas from time to time. I'm going to not take a shot. I'm trying to not draw its attention, but I want to get closer so that I can do Thunderwave. That was 30 feet, right?
From where you were, that was 15. You have another 15 feet.
Oh, I have another one. Okay. So let's Thunderwave, which is a Constitution save.
Alrighty.
And luckily she is outside of my range, so that is good.
Okay, what's the DC?
Oh, the DC is, I think it's my charisma, so that's 14.
Okay, go ahead and roll. You don't know if the creature succeeded or failed, but go ahead and roll damage.
Right. I did not type down damage on this, so I need to do this.
Thunderwave, I just pulled it up. What level are you casting it at?
I have it saved at level 1.
Okay, if you have second level spell slots, you can cast it at a higher level. I don't know what level you guys are, because I'm a bad DM.
I think we're 5 right now. So I will cast that at level 2, which means 2d8.
It actually means 3d8.
3d8, you're right.
Yeah.
Right. I misread that. Okay, so So that is 11 plus 6, which makes it 17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You hear something impact something else, and you see the coral beyond the darkness. You kind of see some sticking up above the dark sphere, shake a little bit. And you hear kind of a noise. It was how much damage? 17?
17.
17.
And it gets pushed 10 feet away from me if it was successful.
Cool.
All right. Elomi is feeling very intimidated this close to the edge, but they can't do anything else.
Okay. Updating damage. That's gonna take us to Leo.
Seeing Elomi get closer, Leo doesn't want to leave them out there all on their own. So Leo's going to swim over to here, and I'm going to try and throw 2 more darts into the darkness.
Okay.
So both with disadvantage. First one misses with a 13. And the second one, that's actually not bad. 21 with disadvantage.
That's gonna, yeah, go ahead and roll damage. You hear, like, the creature react.
6 points of damage.
Boy.
I rolled a 3 plus 3 on the dart. So.
Oops. That's not the right number. Okay. 6 points of damage. Keeps rolling too good. Beautiful. So at this point, the magical darkness is going to disappear. As soon as I remember where that tool is, right there. And it looks like it is bloodied. It is not doing well. So it's going to scuttle back, and you notice that it has a pretty easy time maneuvering into the coral, and it's gonna tuck back in here and then fire at Elomi.
Yeah, I was expecting that one.
11 is gonna miss. It's just gonna fire 3 arrows back to back. So a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And then another.
I'm gonna
11.
use cutting. Oh.
So it only hits with 1 attack. So that's gonna be 6 plus 14 damage.
Jeez. Oh, okay. Day of Christ.
Are you using a reaction?
Yeah, I wanted to use cutting words to limit the amount of damage that I was getting.
Okay, I don't remember how cutting words works.
I think Elomi
It's
just
a
rolls
reaction.
a D8.
So long as the creature is not immune to charm, they get basically minus 1d8 that I roll against their roll to attack, ability, or damage.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and use that?
Yes.
Okay. You're only gonna take 6 damage, actually. I rolled a big old 8 on that. I'm subtracting it. I think I did that right.
All right.
I guess technically Elomi would have rolled it, but
right.
But I rolled max, so
right. Yeah. It's not 14. It's not literally half my health, so you know what? That's fine with me.
Okay. The NPCs are gonna kind of scuttle over here and not really know what to do with themselves. And then Thauma, you are up. Okay, you don't have a great line of sight on it from where you're at.
Yeah, I was planning on moving that's about here. And I was going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Beautiful. Do it.
Nope, 12.
That's unfortunately not enough.
It does not.
Rolling amazing.
So that was only 25. So I'm gonna take my last 5 just back over here and bonus action hide.
Okay.
Kind of just to blend in if I can.
Okay.
18.
Alrighty. Where is that? Okay. So then who's that? Elomi.
That is me. It's so intimidating being this close to the to the big crab thing. Clear line of sight would need to be here, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it.
Okay.
Okay, where is this? That's a 6. That is not doing anyone any good, no matter what my addition is. So that's not happening. And then I'm going to scoot back here next to Leo because that was very scary. And that will be it for my turn.
Right, this is risky, but I'm gonna do it. Leo's gonna swim up to the creature with the Staff of Striking and try to hit it twice. Oh my god, that was terrible for 13 to hit, so that'll miss. That was even worse with an 11. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it just keeps bouncing off that hard crab exterior.
I'm going to spend my final key point to Step of the Wind to step back without taking an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think I can get that far. I think I can get that far.
I was going to say, that was really far.
It's like Leo's fast, but they're not that fast. They only have 40, so that would have been 20 up, which means I would have had, yeah, about that. Oh, that's me.
Okay. It is going to kind of climb up into the coral a little more and fire 3 arrows. Oof.
Fire them at me. Fire them at me.
So actually it first fires at the Deepmer and hits, and then it fires at the Dwarf Man and hits, and then it fires at Elomi and misses. Okay, so they both look like both of the NPCs look like it hurt, but they're not like they're okay, like they're kind of still up and doing okay. As they have these like arrows sticking out of them, and there's like blue kind of just bleeding onto them from the arrows. At which point they will kind of start tending to each other on their turn and like trying to get the spores off and move back a little bit, try to get away from the cloud of spores that kind of puffs up around them. And back to Thauma.
Okay. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
On the crab. Yes. It's a intelligence saving throw, DC 14.
That's a fail.
Yes. Okay. 2d6. 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. It starts like clutching its head and just looking like it's not doing well.
Okay. I'm gonna bonus action hide. I don't know if that made me visible, so I'm just gonna hide again. 26.
Okay. Next up is Elomi.
All right. I should have learned some more combative spells, huh? So I'm just going to use the crossbow again.
Beautiful. Well, reliable.
Old reliable. That's an 8. That's not hitting.
Rough.
Yeah. Do you want to move it all?
You know what? Moving back does sound awesome.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Okay. I'm going to throw 2 more darts, bringing me down to 6 darts.
Okay.
First is a 12 to hit, which is not going to hit. Oh my god, and that's even worse. For an 11, so both miss.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to move back a little bit more. And that's me. Done.
Okay. All right, it's gonna shoot some more. It's looking around for Thauma and doesn't see. And so that's a miss. Ooh, that's a hit. And that's Leo, what's your AC?
17.
Okay, that's a miss. So it's gonna fire once again at the dwarf, the Dietmar, and the Merbolg, and it's only gonna hit the Dietmar, and she actually goes down. Actually, yeah, she goes down. So then the dwarf is gonna. Ooh. Yeah, when she goes down, he is going to run or swim away from the body. And he's digging through his bag as he does it. And then Thauma.
Okay, I'm going to shoot at it again with my crossbow. That's only an 11.
Are you rolling with advantage because you're hidden?
I have not been.
Pretty sure if you're hidden, you roll with advantage. Am I wrong here?
No, I think that's true.
I don't know. Oh, I will roll with advantage. No, not any better.
Oh,
So that
we tried.
misses, and I'm going to get farther away from that body. Seeing that the dwarf mer was going, I'm just gonna head up a little bit closer to Elomi, and then hide myself. That's only a 14 to hide.
Okay. So now it's Elomi.
I wonder if the measure tool is actually going to work for me. I see.
You're 55 feet away.
Yeah.
I think the range is 60, isn't it, on a crossbow?
I was thinking about the distance from me to Dietmar.
Oh, to Dietmar.
Mm-hmm.
You're 40 feet away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When you say that she's down, does that mean that she's unconscious or she's like deceased?
She's unconscious.
Okay. Stupid decision, but yeah.
It's actually 35 feet to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if your speed is 30, you can get 5 feet away. Yeah.
Right. Idea is that next turn I can use Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So
the dwarf, as you're approaching, the dwarf is screaming at you, "Get away! Get away!"
What the hell do you mean? She's unconscious.
He's just rifling through his bag. Okay, anything else?
I will not fire at the crab so that I don't draw its attention.
All right.
Smart.
Takes us to Leo.
Since Elomi's being smart, Leo's going to do the opposite. I'm going to run up.
We share a brain cell in this family.
Try to hit it with the Staff of Striking again. That's not bad. That's a 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Awesome. I'm just going to pump it full of damage. So that is 13 points of damage on the first strike. That's bludgeoning damage. And I'm going to expend 3 of the charges from the Staff of...
Before you do,
Oh.
the 13 points of damage, there's like a sickening crack sound as the crab shell on its like lower half just kind of like a huge heavy crack appears, and the upper half kind of just convulses and then starts just like drifting. That did it.
I'm going to swim as far away from it as quickly as possible.
Okay, the dwarf now is going to dart up, and he's got something in his hands. He is darting towards the deep mer. Elomi, what are you doing right now?
I was moving towards her so that I could heal her, but I want to make sure that whatever he's holding isn't like harmful, because that just screams party foul to me.
Roll a perception check.
14 plus, where the hell is my perception? 5, which is 19.
Okay. It's definitely not a healing potion. It is like it looks kind of like the bomb that she pulled out earlier. It's a little bit different.
Hey, whoa. I want to get between him and the body and be like, excuse me, she's still alive.
Get back, we don't have much time.
What are you talking about? She's unconscious.
We have to burn the body. We don't have time for this. And he starts like getting ready to light this up.
I need to take her body and move her. This is dangerous. I need to like interfere somehow.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
Dexterity.
And what are Thauma and Leo doing?
With Leo's proficiency in medicine, would they have any idea what's going on with the body?
Make a medicine check.
Well, we were told that
12.
Creatures that are infected explode when they die.
Yeah, so you were told that. With a 12, it doesn't look like she's infected. Whereas like the crab thing is absolutely infected. It doesn't fully look like.
Okay,
like
I'm gonna swim a little bit closer and go, I don't think she's infected.
Elomi, what was your dexterity check?
I got a 9.
You got a 9?
Mm-hmm. Unfortunate.
Okay. So he, as you kind of like muscle in between, he just like lets out an exasperated like grunt, and he darts all the way past you straight over here, where he is going to throw this thing that he's now kind of set ablaze straight into the that body, the crab thing. And so it starts like smoldering and like glowing, as if it's like burning. And he says, and he sort of heads back. What's everybody doing? In that moment, like that's a full round's worth of time if you want to take any actions or anything.
Okay, I'm going to get further away from what is going to be an explosion and hunker down.
Okay.
I'm going to kneel down next to the body of the deep mer, probably like with Elomi. I'm going to give her a bit more of a thorough check over. Is she infected?
Make another medicine check.
14.
14. You look, and any place where there's like blue on her, it appears to be just kind of spores settling on her. You don't see any signs of infection. She looks, other than the fact that she's unconscious and like beaten to hell, she doesn't look sick.
Okay. So I don't think she's sick. I think we've got a chance to save her.
All right, that's all I needed. Leo, can you drag her behind like a rock or something so that we are not in the line of fire of that bomb?
This rock? Or do you want...
That'll work for me.
So I drag her behind this rock and...
Yeah. And I am going to do, Cure Wounds, which I need to look up the healing amount again because I don't write things down.
That's 2d4.
I think it's a d8 for cure wounds.
You are correct. Which is strictly worse than 2d4.
But I am going to cast it at 2nd level because she's just so beat to shit.
Okay. So that would be 2d8 then.
2d8 plus my
modifier.
modifier.
Yep.
Okay, so it's 9 plus 6 is 15.
15. Okay. She like lurches upright and just what is going on? And at which point
Calm down, your friend just set a bomb.
At which point the dwarf kind of darts up and is like, are you okay? What are you? And she looks at him angrily and is like, what? You're supposed to burn the bodies every time. And he's got a second device. The body back there, by the way, is not exploding. It seems to be glowing and burning.
Okay.
There's no explosion at the moment. And he's got a second one in his hand that he was like about to light, and he's like, "Oh shit, you're okay. Are you good? Are you good?"
I'm pretty sure you're not infected. Like I'm pretty sure you got away without being infected by the spores. And I'm gonna wipe a little bit off and say, "Look, you're good."
It doesn't matter. Someone goes down, you just take them out. Like, oh, fuck my head. We gotta everybody behind the rock right now. She kind of like thinks for a moment. Everybody behind the rock right now. At which point he also kind of gets in there. You have like, they look frantic and they're ducking behind this rock. What?
Can I fit, or am I safe over here?
You don't know what they're talking about. You do know that you are significantly further away than everybody else from the crab thing.
Okay, I'll stay where I'm at.
All right.
Okay. At which point the crab body just bursts. It just bursts in a huge cloud of just glittering blue that just kind of starts dissipating into the water around it. And the two NPCs are just like arms over their heads. And one second. Yeah, no. They look at each other and look at you guys and they're like, we're far enough away. As long as we don't go further towards it right now, we should be fine.
Oh, thank goodness.
At which point we're going to take a quick break. Hello. Welcome back. Did you turn your video off, or is that just my computer being weird?
I think that's just your computer being weird.
Okay, cool.
Oh, actually. Oh, there we go. I can turn it back on.
Okay, great. So, the blue spore kind of dust is starting to settle and dissipate around where the body was. And these two NPCs, the dwarf mer and the deep mer, are kind of tending to each other's wounds. And what are we doing?
So, what are you folks doing out here?
Oh, we live out here.
I'm gonna go join them.
Okay.
I wasn't aware
All by
anyone
myself.
lived out here. My family's from Leviathan's Last Stand, so... You really live out
Yeah.
here in the forest?
They kind of look at each other and laugh. Yeah, not a lot of people brave it out here, but there are a few of us.
Do you have, like,
What
a
brings-
village or something?
We do. Nearby, there's... Okay, it's not nearby. It's like 2 days in. There's a small settlement near the Coralon village of non-coral people who have set up camp in these parts. What brings you folks in here? I don't know you guys.
Oh, well, we're here investigating the source of the infection that seems to be coming out of this forest.
Because it's kind of spreading. Causing a problem.
Yeah, it definitely is. What are your names?
My name's Leo.
You can call me Elomi.
I'm T.
T?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I am Marcus, and this is Agnes. The dwarf guy says. And then Agnes says, "I can't believe you didn't set me on fire. Like, the second we go down, we agreed to this. Like, God, idiot."
Well, don't blame him. That was me. I noticed that you were unconscious and not dead, and I wanted to make sure that you were like uninfected before we committed such an act. I didn't want someone still alive to go through that.
Well, that's just not. That's not. You're clearly new to these parts. That's fine. We don't. She looks kind of flustered, like she doesn't really want to talk to you. But Marcus kind of chimes in and is like, "Are you? So you're trying to you're also trying to figure out what's going on?"
Yes. Someone that we know got infected in the forest and then went back home, and it hasn't been treatable even with the best medicines and attention. So we were trying to see if there was like a cause or a cure, just something that we could do.
You should probably get rid of their body.
I mean, they're
Well,
still
alive.
That can be dealt with.
they're a very important political figure.
Oh yeah, they have those. Yeah, they have those in other places. It's very weird. Okay. Are you do you want to help us investigate this?
Absolutely.
I would.
Yeah.
Okay, step 1, always immediately destroy the bodies.
But if you're not infected,
It's bad
Why?
enough that we kind of just assume everybody's infected.
Have there been cases of people not having the blue lesions or sign of infection and they are?
I don't really know enough about it. I kind of just do what the leaders have explained makes the most sense. Errol at the apothecary is kind of the one given the information. We should probably get back, right? I mean, this hurts. Ow. We should probably get back soon.
We should probably clean up our camp first. Get our stuff.
Yeah, man.
Would you allow us to? Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Leo.
I wouldn't mind talking to this Errol person who runs the apothecary. See what they know about the infection and medicines that they've tried and stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely a day towards the center. Are you sure you know where this is the Xenthal Forest? You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there another forest with blue lesions?
People just don't tend to go in more than a day's travel, and it's 2 days in.
Well, we're not most people.
Is it harder than breaking out of prison after we broke into prison?
I have never been to prison.
Let's just say we've done some tricky stuff and we're up for the challenge. And hey, if we die trying, we die trying to do a noble thing, which I think is...
I'd rather not die trying.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're here if you want to gather your stuff.
Yeah, we're just
All
going
right.
to clean up our camp and we'll tag along. I'm excited to see this new village. I didn't know that there was another village this close to Leviathan's Last Stand, honestly.
Can we sleep before we go?
All right, who are you saying this to?
Just like everybody in general? Because it's kind of the middle of the night.
It is very dark.
That is true. Do you folks want to come back to our camp and we can rest up there, take turns watching, and then we'll head out in the morning?
Do you think it's safer? Well, let's go. Why don't we show you to a safer spot? This is not a good spot for camping.
Ah, I see.
I think I'd be up for a long rest in a safer location. Does that suit you, Thauma?
Yeah. I point to an arrow hole in my shoulder. I'm like, I'd like to sleep this off. I don't get hit a lot.
They will go with you to where your camp is if you're going to go clean that up, and then lead you. I'm going to change maps real quick. They'll lead you to sort of a small little area. It's not really a cave, but like more like the coral has sort of formed a little almost cave area, and there appears to be it's like people camp here from time to time. There's discarded bits of things, and so they'll also set up camp with you. Is there anything you want to do before taking your long rest?
Is there a maximum amount of HP that's restored with long rest, or is it just automatically to full?
Pretty sure
Automatically to full.
Automatically to full.
Okay.
Unlike Pathfinder. Don't like Pathfinder that much. So okay.
I did take the least amount of damage though, so I will take first watch.
I'm happy to take second watch. I didn't take a lot of damage either.
My internet connection is unstable.
Same internet connection, same.
Okay, so the Deep Mer will take first watch with Elomi. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Right on. 21.
Beautiful. At one point, you do hear some kind of snuffling and rustling, but you're able to kind of catch sight of it and keep really silent, and then shoo away a small shark. Second watch.
I will take that.
Okay, the dwarf mer is going to join you.
I hope
Go
he's
ahead
more
and roll.
perceptive than me, because I rolled a 7 total.
Okay. You're kind of admiring a bit of the oh, there's a spider up there. You're kind of admiring a bit of the I apparently rolled high on my perception. Some of the coral as like the sort of moonlight is kind of making fun patterns in the shadows. It's also really dark, so it's hard for you to see a whole lot. And then suddenly you hear the dwarf mer dart out from the little kind of cave area, and you hear him hit something with his club, and he comes
Marcus?
back.
Oh, sorry.
You make noise, we can't get this. And he comes back with a fish that he has clubbed.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm gonna eat it later.
Okay.
And he starts like preparing it for curing. And the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Thauma, are you taking the last watch?
Yeah, I'll wake up early and take the last watch.
Perfect.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Great. Yeah, there's you see a couple of fish kind of attacking each other just outside the little cave area. Just like a little like scuffle of two fish.
I cheer them on.
One of them eventually dies, and you see the one that is dead does have some blue stuff going on. It doesn't burst though, like the crab creature did, but you do see like a part of a dead fish with some of the blue lesions on it.
Well, the crab burst because they blew it up with the bombs. Because they lit it on fire, right?
They did light it on fire. It wasn't a bomb though. It was more like burning.
Wonder if
I'm
it
wondering
needs
if
to
it-
be a certain like advancement of the disease before they explode.
In my bag, the rocks that we use for like underwater campfires.
Mhm.
I light one and go near the dead fish. Light
Yeah.
it
And
and back up. Light one of the glow rocks. Put it by
Okay,
the
so
fish
you're
and back away.
you're trying to burn it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception check while you do that.
17.
17. So yeah, you approach the small. It's like a part of a fish. It's not very big. And as you're getting close to it to set it on fire, essentially, you notice the blue lesions where, like, from a distance they look like sores. Up close, they are textured. They look very like they have tiny little fronds coming out of them, essentially. Really, really, really tiny
Like
little
a fungus?
fronds. A little bit like a fungus. Yeah.
Oh great, it's cordyceps.
It's what?
Cordyceps.
I don't know what that is.
You don't want to know what cordyceps are.
Okay, I won't Google it. So yeah, you kind of observe this, but you're easily enough. You burn the.
I shouldn't have Googled it.
Now I'm scared.
It's straight out of a horror film. Think of a fungus that can turn insects into zombies.
Good God. Okay. Fun. Guess.
Ba-bum.
They're fun guys.
Are you doing anything else, Thauma?
I'm just gonna like look at it from a safe distance. But does it eventually boom when heat is applied?
It does not. It just kind of smolders
Okay.
and burns.
Okay.
And as morning breaks, your NPC companions start stirring and packing up their stuff.
All right. Good morning. Is everyone feeling better?
I'm feeling a lot better. I definitely exhausted myself fighting that crab centaur thing. I've never seen anything like it. Are they common in the Xenthal Forest?
Are you asking?
I'm asking Agnes and Marcus, yeah.
We definitely have some of them. There's not a lot of them out there. Normally they keep to themselves. They're not very kind as a people.
Oh, there are people.
I believe there's a small settlement of them in the far north, but we don't come across them very often.
It's unfortunate for that one. Alright, well.
I pass on the story of the fighting fishies and that the lesions, that while they look smooth up like from a distance, they actually more look like a fungus. When because the one fish died, and there were just like bits of it floating around. And I tried to light it on fire, but it didn't go boom. And I was looking at the bits floating, and it looks more like a fungus. There were little bits like coming up.
Maybe there are different stages of the infection. Maybe this was an earlier stage where it doesn't explode when dead. Do that, Stella. Sorry, I have a cat who's trying to climb on my computer.
At which point Agnes will say, yeah, we found that sometimes they don't burst. I think your theory is correct about it not being advanced enough for the bursting.
Maybe this Errol fellow knows a bit more.
Fungus. Maybe they only burst if there's a lot more fungus inside, if it's taken over.
It seems possible. We should probably head in. Are you? I'm gonna ask again. Are you sure you're up for this? This is the Xenthal Forest.
Look, we were going to go in by ourselves in an unknown route. As far as I'm concerned, going with you folks to a village is a lot safer than what we were contemplating ourselves, so...
That was very well put, Leo.
I have my moments.
The brain cells pinged.
They finally touched.
So I would like everyone to make survival checks.
Excellent. Love survival.
30-20.
23 for Leo.
I got a 7.
Okay. Oh my god. Beautiful. NPCs definitely didn't just roll shit on their survival checks. So the Agnes and Marcus are leading you through the coral. Elomi, at one point, you find yourself stuck. You kind of go like around a different side of a large coral structure, and then you kind of get wedged in between, and you take 6 points of damage. Just trying to unwedge yourself, just scraping up against the rough like rock and coral. And then everyone. Sorry, what?
Just all scraped to hell.
Yeah. But other than that, you make really good progress making it into the forest, and it is now approaching evening. Your companions are not very chatty, but if there's any conversation you want to have along the way, let me know.
How long has this been happening?
It's been going on. I mean, we noticed them, the legion, the infected creatures, about 6 months ago, but they were kind of restricted to the very center where we don't really go very often. But lately, in the last month, they've started spreading and making, we've seen more of them further out from the center.
And has it been getting any warmer in here?
Definitely has been.
And
Just a little.
how long ago did that start?
I'm not really sure. I only just realized it the other day. We've had a lot more algae blooms going on. It's affecting the Corallon for sure.
Have any people gotten infected?
Oh, you saw that guy.
Has anyone from like your village gotten infected?
You see them look at each other, and they just kind of nod their heads.
Has it always been fatal?
And they nod their heads again.
Does it usually follow a specific time frame?
I'm not really sure.
That might be a question for the person who runs the apothecary. Maybe he has a bit better idea of how this
He's
works.
very smart. He knows everything.
Have they always been at the apothecary?
As far as I know, he started the apothecary long before I got to town.
Hmm.
Do you know of ways that it's spreading other than like getting, like eating something accidentally that's been contaminated or getting attacked by something?
Well, I mean, if you're there when one of them bursts,
Yeah.
I do know that sometimes things will go into the center of the forest and then come out infected. I don't know if they're getting attacked in there, but and then let's go ahead and just do real quick perception checks for our long. So it takes 2 full days to get it to the settlement. So for our long rest for the next night.
Helps if I roll the right thing.
8.
11.
14.
11 and 14. Okay. The night passes pretty uneventfully. The dwarf Mur does catch some more fish, and he prepares some of them for breakfast as well. And let's do another round of survival checks for the second day of travel.
25 for Leo.
2 is 18.
18?
18.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got a fatigue point, and I've got disadvantage on ability checks.
Okay.
I just making sure that I had it noted.
Mhm.
What is my other D20? 8.
8. So you make your way through more of the forest. It's getting kind of denser and denser. And Thauma, you brush past there's like structure with some kelp growing off of it. And you brush past the kelp, and then you feel on one of your tentacles a like sharp chomp down.
What the fuck?
And you take 3 damage as an eel just kind of like darts out and has like taken a chomp out of you.
Rude.
I'm just gonna unarmed strike and like bop it on the nose.
Yeah. It darts back into the kelp.
That was 3 points of damage.
It was, yes. And right towards the end of the day, it's just starting to get dark again. You will arrive as you're barely outside of it, you don't know you're in anywhere different. Like, you can't see it. And then you just kind of go around a curve and suddenly there's a small village there. It's like so hidden that even as you're like feet outside of it, you don't see it. And there are small structures. It's pretty small. There's like a dozen buildings, and there are a small handful of people kind of drifting around. And they say, "Welcome to the Xenthal settlement."
Hi.
It's good to be here. So,
Do you have?
having a look at this place, roughly how many people do we think live here, just based on a
Like 30.
Okay, so very tiny.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. You see, like, a lot of Ursulani. I mean, you see like 8 people, but like several of them are Ursulani. You see a couple of deep mer, a mer person, people you wouldn't expect to see in the Xenthal Forest.
Is there a place that we can stay for the evening? I wouldn't dare hope for an inn.
They both just kind of burst out laughing. Sorry. You can stay with me. That's fine. The dwarf mer is like, we've got room.
Real nice of you, thanks.
And he leads you to one of the buildings, and it's a pretty big for like a house. And you get inside and you see that there are like 6 other people living here. It's a very like communal living space kind of vibe. And there is one spare bed in the corner. We don't entertain much.
No, I don't imagine you do.
Yeah, no.
I understand.
This is fine. We can make this work.
All right. The apothecary is definitely closed because it's nighttime. But there's food over there, and you're welcome to the bed. Sorry, there's not 2 or 3.
It's okay. Thauma usually sleeps under the bed, and Elomi and I
don't
snuggle.
mind. Yeah, I was about to ask.
At which point you see there is another Ursulani sleeping under a bed.
See? It's not just a me thing. Small spaces.
I understand.
You just see a thumb, just like thumbs up, pop out from under the bed where the Ursulani is sleeping.
It's a cultural thing.
Oh, I never doubted you.
So do you want the left side or the right side?
Ah, I don't mind.
Okay. So as you settle in, it's definitely a tight squeeze, and somebody in here is definitely snoring, and
I can't believe
It's-
Amber just did the "there's only one bed" trope. To us.
is that a trope?
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
It's a trope in cheesy romance books, or like
I'm so
fan fiction
sorry.
in particular.
I'm so sorry.
It's just very funny.
Is there anything you want to do before bed?
I think Leo's good.
You know, general hygiene, like teeth brushing, making sure that Seb's in his little crab jammies.
I think you left Seb in Leviathan's
Seb.
last stand.
I did, didn't I? Because
Yeah.
it was going to get,
Yep.
hairy. Just lovingly,
Gideon was left
lovingly, lovingly stroke a drawing of Seb.
Okay. And at that, I think that is where we're gonna call it. Because it is 5:30, at least in this state. So yeah, I think that's a good place to leave off. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Our map is by Soph Sendries, and because I just like to make sure we shout them out from time to time. We will be back January 14th is what we determined our next game date is. Yeah.
All right.
So we will see y'all next year.
Bye, everyone.
Catch you later.